Hi, good afternoon. We had a really nice good talk this morning. I'm trying to start an interesting one. The best one is not my work, but I'm a mathematician, so I really formalize everything, right? And it took me about 20 years perfect fuzzy set theory. I think I have a good one now. Okay, and one of the current fuzzy theory has one fundamental difficulty. Is that if I translate to category theory, continuous fuzzy set doesn't work well. It cannot form a category. So we have to change. And I believe this very something to do with the fuzzy control. Fuzzy control was very successful for small scale. But once go to big one, the Sugenno's unmanned helicopter doesn't go anywhere because I think theory is not sound. All right, so that's what I'm trying to do. And I show you my friend's work. Well, when I joined Lotfi, BISC, 1993, when I attended the conference, I was about 10 minutes late. Do you know how much this is? Auditorium, right? Every human, I had to stand outside. In 1993. So I have to come really early in order to, I drive from San Jose. So can we go back to that day? I hope we do. Right now, the AI are moved in the right area where we are strong about control. Right now, it's a robot, right? So we have time for us to show you. And my friend did a very good work. So this one, the demo, I have to close my eyes because his demo is complicated, all right? I'm going to show you the demo now. Look, this is better than unmanned automobile. I asked him to give me 1 minute time. All right, this is the newest one. There's another one, Lotfi saw that this was 90, but still, so far the best one. 4-stage inverted pendulum is the biggest one so far. Oh, you cannot see too well, huh? It's here. Did you see? Can you see this? Maybe shut down the screen and light. Yes, there's 4 stages. Yeah, Lotfi was here. There's 2002, and that's me. All right? And this was very advanced 2002. Now he's even more strong. This is Professor Lee. Yeah, he's very good friend with his university president, so he's full-time doing this research. Okay, now I'm going to do the theory. Now, I'm not saying he agrees with my theory, but the way he do, I believe, all right? Now, that's what I'm saying. It's time for fuzzy logic to start working again. My personal opinion is we are very successful with the commercial product because those fuzzy controls are simple. They only work for a small interval of continuous functions. Therefore, it works. When Sugenno got the big project, unmanned helicopter didn't go anywhere because fuzzy sets runs well except continuous function. Continuous fuzzy membership function, you never try to look it over. The extension principle doesn't work. I will show you. All right, so I show you demo, says if on a small scale to work, within one interval, which is continuous, okay. If you have to transfer the space from one space to another space, like helicopter, you write down an engine and switch the other class. When they switch over, continuous function become non-continuous function. When you got non-continuous function, of course, control going to collapse. All right, so my central idea is talk about continuous fuzzy sets here. And I'll say a few applications. Now, the first book I read about fuzzy set is Kendall's one. Kendall gives a fuzzy set. He gives several membership functions. He calls them admissible functions. But he doesn't know how to relate them together. It took me about 20 years to find out how they should be handled. Because the mathematics is very simple. It's two map same fuzzy set. When I take a union, I have to say prove the union of same fuzzy set. But we don't know what the admissible relation means. No way to handle. All right, so eventually we come up with the idea. I don't have to handle. Just say it correctly. All right, so membership function has a problem. One of the Japanese physicists, he used to be a professor at Yale when I was a student there. He says if you have a broken line, you just change one point. Fuzzy set change a different fuzzy set. It's no longer the same one. If you look at the Zadeh's early paper, he also had elastic membership functions. This means like this one. Actually, there's only one string. But when you're pushing around, what's happened? Just several one. In mathematics, it's called deformation. You do differential geometry. All right? And this one can be handled by type 2. But that's not what I'm saying. So fuzzy set, from its control point of view, a set of continuous membership functions. One doesn't help because elasticity means when you're pulling around, you have so many fuzzy sets coming around, right? But the problem is I don't know how to calculate this set. I have no way to capture this set. And this Kendall got stuck. I also got stuck until recently. All right? Now, theory, one membership function is very easy. But I don't think one membership function will be too great. This mathematical called linear continuous function. They study everything about fuzzy set. There's nothing new to us. So I don't agree to stay in type 1 fuzzy set. Type 2, at least we have to go. But I go more further. One of the German mathematicians worked with, he encouraged me go to the qualitative fuzzy set. I forgot his name, Tilly. I forget Tilly. And I will show his work later on. Okay. Now I'm going to use type 2 to explain. Type 2 normally this is membership function, this domain of membership function. So you have a curve over here. Type 2, these fuzzy numbers. I don't look this way. That's what almost all type 2 people look. I look horizontally. If all the membership functions look at the same time, I take the same time and connect every point together. Then this can become membership functions. Therefore, every time 0, original membership one, time 1, the last fine one. In the middle, any time, there's one membership function. So type 2, I look them as a set of membership functions. If it is continuous word, then the curve deforms smoothly through 0, 1. And that's a big area in mathematics of homotopy theory. I was trained there, so I know homotopy theory real well. All right? So I changed them to this one, all right? And the type K can do the same way. And Tilly give a very general one. Instead of interval, Tilly changed this one to be any space instead of time. I'm sorry. I'm not good on the computer now. All right. So I'm just explaining, every vertical curve is a fuzzy number. To simply let's assume all the domain are time, all right? They're all together. So horizontal curve, consider all the points at the same time. There's a fuzzy membership functions. Okay, in mathematical deformation, originally I have membership function, I deform. How do I deform? Around the interval 0, 1. Around the square, the type 3. Around the cube, type 3. Till it suggests around arbitrary space X. We can move this one. He sent me an email, actually sent me a paper later asking me to join him to do together, except he passed away not too long after, too much after that. All right? So T2 is the one. It's a membership function, horizontal curve. Therefore, plus this one. Now, I will explain to you why continuous membership function fail. If I'm continuous function over here, when I embed to other space, I put extension principal 0 here. What's happened? If fuzzy control go all the way to here, nice. Once something here go here, collapse. So very important one is I want to make it continuous. If you really go through category theory, fuzzy set doesn't work. Composition won't, so it won't define a category. So that's the fundamental weak point there, all right? So I change, it's work everywhere. The way maybe I explain here, so I only have 5 minutes. Consider all the possible extension. How many extensions here? Some of them through from here, right? Some of them can go this way, some of them go this way, some of them go this way. Consider all of them. So it is a set of membership function, right? So you define a fuzzy set. So extension principle change now. I take a continuous function. What do I extension? It's a set of membership functions. So I don't do extension principle on membership function. I do extension principle on fuzzy set. Fuzzy set of one membership function when the extension is become a collection of membership functions to represent this one. All right? Can call the estimation function, but here no way to here, right? Now, what I can accomplish? Fuzzy set, you have a fuzzy number, right? But no fuzzy set theory can create all the real numbers. I can, if you do this way. Every real number is represented by infinity many fuzzy curve. If you define properly, I can define every real number. Therefore, I can use non-discrete membership function, the real number come back again. So fuzzy theory is the first time a real set theory. My set theory including real numbers. Any other theory cannot. Type 2 cannot, type K cannot. Series 1 cannot. It has to be this way. All right? And the biggest application to me is in computer security. Do you know called discrete access control? People believe there's no way to make discrete access control secure. I use granular computing, this idea. I can prove it works. So it does exist. Secure discrete access control system. All right? And many things come here. All those ideas actually come from Zadeh's granular computing. Now, in 1996, I came here to visit Lotfi. And I said, what should I do? He said, you can do, if you're a mathematician, you should do granular mathematics. I said, okay, so what's granular mathematics? He said, your mathematics is called point mathematics. Now you do granular mathematics. The minimum point is not, your smallest is not point, smallest is granular. Of course, I got stuck. And after a few days, I told him, I'm going to change now. I'm going to change the name from granular mathematics to granular computing. I guess he loved it, so he just kept saying to everyone else. And the reason I changed to granular computing is granular computing is generalization of classical computer science theory, divide and conquer. Divide and conquer, you have to count very clean, right? Granular is count, you're not. So I know how to start. And while he agreed, so we started. And this summer, September, we have an IEEE conference. So they give a formal definition is granular. Because I got started, so I need his definition. So he gave one, which basically says an object has a granular drawn together by similarity, equivalence, and something else. So I think draw together, and then I changed mathematics to a set of binary relations. This is all binary relation. And that's what started. And that's become granular computing, at least from my point of view. I developed the whole theory. And actually, mathematicians started this earlier, in 1944. And of course, we had different purpose. But it took me more than 10 years to finish. I got axiomatized in 2011, all right? And then after that, then all the applications come in. Okay, anyway, that's one. So I think the most important one, for example, once I got this theorem, all the fuzzy topology, nobody proved that fuzzy topological space is isomorphic real topological space if you're using trapezoid. Using triangular function, that I don't know. My friend conjecture is a non-standard real numbers. I'm not sure, I'm not reached there yet. All right, so basically I'm trying to say is my belief from pure mathematical point of view, fuzzy set almost perfect. I give a fuzzy set concept, I don't know how to describe them, but I have a bunch of membership functions. I'm expert one, so Kento's idea is if there's fuzzy set, somehow people agree together. Because he gives example, nobody going to think they have the same fuzzy set, but some example everybody going to think about. So that's what I capture. Say, I'm not going to characterize what you think. If I give a set of membership function, I'm not going to define this one undefined, but I designate to you. That's your concept of fuzzy function, and then manipulate from there. Every time see your opinion to make one, evaluation well. And this one's successful for me to define all the real numbers. All right, and this basically so all those ones I call them granular. You translate the mathematics, it's just a mathematical neighborhood system. The person who started this one is a Polish mathematician, Sierpinski. His page one agrees with mine, but in step 3, he adds something else, then we are totally disagree. All right, I think my time is up, and I tell you the best experiment. So I want to say perfect experiment, and I'm near perfect theory. Okay, and if you have anything, please send email to me. I'm T.Y. Lin. I say, unfortunately, I want to see Zadeh January 11. He told me to come to see him, but I was in Taiwan. I fly back, I arrived at 6 a.m. He want me to see me 2 p.m. I'm old now. I cannot stand that one because I didn't sleep fast. So I went home. Of course, I didn't know that, so I asked him to change. But then his health became not very good. And he told me, detailed discussion he cannot handle anymore. So we never come to the detail. All right. Thank you very much, everyone. Yes?
My example is if you're taking image, and for each pixel, red is a positive membership function. That's type 1 red. However, using your concept, type 2 red is a set of a fuzzy set. That means there are a bunch of image, but on the same pixel. That means the time should be very short. Otherwise, if move too long, the pixel will be different, quite different.
Yes. Let me answer you. I'm very silly. I don't understand the question. Because my fuzzy set is very simple. A collection of subset, right?
Yeah.
Can be singleton, the type 1. Can be a deformation type 2 can be deformed by, so everything is there. So any arbitrary subset, you do fuzzy type 2, you got type 2 fuzzy set. The OMA is very comprehensive. There's no fuzzy set theory doesn't include in my theory. Take it, so therefore, my theory is very simple. Take X, U is a universe that considers function membership, all parts of membership function as a universe. Any subset of membership function is a subset. It's a fuzzy set. Okay. I no longer think one single one. Consider membership function as a universe. Any subset of that universe is a fuzzy set.
So you don't combine the set of fuzzy membership into one membership function?
No, I don't. I just consider whole collection as one, represent one fuzzy. If one fuzzy set is human mind, right? So I have fuzzy set, we are talking about same fuzzy set. I describe them by membership function. You also describe them.
But eventually you need to compute what's the degree of that rate.
No, I'm not there. See, this one, I don't believe in my theory has a degree. Because I'm different, yes.
Yeah, so my question is about the defuzzification. So when we take discontinuous fuzzy sets and discontinuous system together with the defuzzification is an integration, so it smoothes it out, so it makes it continuous. Though it's not smooth, I mean, it's going to be non-differentiable.
Oh, yes,
so
yes, sir. No.
How does that help?
No, that doesn't help. I'm very tricky, all right? I consider a set of functions, right? Mm-hmm. One of them is the defuzzification you need. A human handle it. So far, we don't mess up. Like a professor, he did by himself. This big equivalent class, for example, give a control system, has to be able to describe fuzzy set, but we don't know which one. You go to there. So my theory is complete, but I didn't help him. He has done by himself to really find one. Like the one I fuzzy membership function, they're all broken, right? Just one you need, which is continuous. Rest of them are just there, but doesn't serve any purpose. All right? So I said my theory is tricky. Just, it works, but many details you have to answer.
Well, I want to say thank you very much. It's a very interesting idea, and I agree. It's a generalization of type 2, because type 2 is a very specific set of membership functions, and you're thinking of general
arbitrary subset. Yeah. Therefore, my fuzzy set is a power set of membership function space.
Okay. Okay, thank you very much.